Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Minecraft movie. This movie has blown up all over the internet. It's been a really crazy phenomenon, and it is looking like it's going to be one of the most financially successful movies of all time. But is the movie itself actually good? Let's talk about it.
Modern movie review.
Okay, so before I get too far into this movie... before I get too far into this review, I do kind of want to talk about something that I think is really interesting with this movie, which is the fact that it has completely blown up online, and it has become almost like a meme movie, where a lot of people are kind of going to see this movie just to kind of make fun of it, kind of to laugh at how stupid of a movie it is. And I think that it is really unique how that kind of happened. I don't understand what the significance of Chicken Jockey is, or why that became such a massive deal that it is. And I think that it's really, really weird that there are so many people who are going out to see this movie and turning it into a giant theater experience where everybody's like clapping and cheering when certain scenes happen. I think that that's really interesting. I also think it's weird that I've seen it with like the Flint and Steel and the Chicken Jockey scene. People are going absolutely crazy. I haven't seen any where the theater reactions are big on any of the actual cool cameos they have in it. Like they have some sequences where they have actual famous Minecraft YouTubers in the movie, and they have like the tribute to Technoblade in this film, and I'm not seeing people reacting or cheering for those moments. I only see them cheering for Chicken Jockey, which is so stupid and annoying, and the fact that that has been one of my vocal stems over the last 2 weeks is starting to drive me insane. But that being said, I think it's really unique that this movie, after the first trailer came out, a lot of people were making fun of it, saying, wow, this movie looks incredibly stupid. Oh my god, they shouldn't have made it like this. A lot of people were making fun of the way that all the characters looked, the way that the world looked, kind of the CGI, and just how, like, there just seemed to be, like, a giant problem with the plot of this movie where it's like they didn't seem to know what to really do with it. And so after months of that first trailer being out and us kind of making fun of it and poking fun at it, the marketing kind of shifted to, instead of it being like how you would typically market a movie with like, here's a different trailer, here's this, here's that, they kind of started to just like show clips of Jack Black saying just random like words of things in the video game. Like instead of it being like in some movies where they'll have like subtle Easter eggs, the Easter eggs are Jack Black doing a thing from the video game and saying what the thing from the video game is. And that kind of became like one thing that they thought was really funny, so they would use that in the marketing a lot. And it kind of became like a Sony Spider-Verse situation where like Madam Web, people purposely went to go see this movie because they thought it was going to be bad. And Morbius, people purposely went to go see that movie just to make fun of it. And this movie seemed to do advertising that kind of made it seem like that's what they wanted people to do. So my expectations for this movie were incredibly, incredibly low. And I went out, I saw this movie. Luckily for me, I was not in a packed theater of people throwing popcorn and drinks. I would have freaked out if I was. I will admit, my theater played a little bit of a prank on me. I've been going to the same movie theater for the last like 2.5 years. There's this tiny theater in the town that I live in. Not a whole lot of people go there, and I'll typically go in the middle of the day when literally nobody is going. And I've never once seen this before, but they have a sign that says, hey, this theater is sold out. Make sure you're sitting in your assigned seat. And they had that in front of the theater that I went to go see this movie in, and I've had a freak out because I was like, oh my god, I'm going to be in one of those packed theaters. People are going to be throwing drinks and popcorn and stuff like that. This is going to be crazy. I'm not excited for this. And then I got in, it was just me and like 3 other families, and it was not actually sold out. But seeing that little message before I went in, I was not okay. I was kind of freaked out because I think that as fun as it is that people are going to the theaters for this, and as much as this is like making a giant box office splash right now, it is scary that the majority of the people who are going to go see this movie are doing it and they're trashing movie theaters. They're causing a commotion. A bunch of people who are just going casually to watch this, who don't know about this phenomenon that's happening, are kind of getting caught in the crossfires. Like there's been a lot of incidences where people have thrown their drinks and they've been hitting some like random parents who took their children to go see this movie, because at the end of the day, it is kind of a children's movie. I think that a lot of the humor makes that obvious. A lot of the fact that this movie is very cartoony makes that obvious. And so I think that the entire internet phenomenon going on with it is really weird. But that being said, I got to watch this movie completely uninterrupted, and I'm really excited about that. So now that we're about 4 minutes into this review, let's start actually talking about the movie itself. So right off the bat, I think that I like the fact that they decided to, instead of making Steve a character who actually existed in the world of the game, making it just a regular person who has a basic boring job and is like, I want to do more with my life. And he decides that he's going to yearn for the mines, and he becomes a miner, and he goes out and he finds this cool artifact in the mines, and then bam, he gets sucked into this video game reality, and he kind of likes it. It's like a sense of escapism for him. And when he was somebody who just had a boring basic job with a cubicle, now he's getting out there to explore the mines, and he's able to build a theme park, and he's able to do this and that. I think that that's really fun. I actually like the fact that they kind of dive into the fact that Minecraft 100% is a sandbox game where you can do anything. And even though they kind of montage through it, we at least get to see Jack Black's character having a really good time exploring the world of Minecraft and doing some of the crazy stuff you get to do with it. I like the fact that the Nether is kind of given a decent bit of lore, and it kind of creates this like villain that's like an ominous threat that they are eventually going to have to face. I think that that's really interesting. With this movie coming out and being announced, I was really trying to like come up with like, what are they even going to do in a Minecraft movie? Because it's such an open world game. I couldn't think of what the story would be, because on the one hand, you could have it like, okay, they're trying to beat Minecraft, so they need to fight the Ender Dragon, but also they're regular people coming from the regular human world. How are they even going to know what you're supposed to do with an Ender Dragon? How are they supposed to know that that's like the boss of the game? Like, it doesn't make sense. So I think what they did here makes a lot more sense. There being the Netherworld kind of wanting to take over the overworld in this sense. I think that that was fun. I think that was a good story element to add to it. And overall, watching the trailers for this movie, seeing the different group of characters and being like, how are they going to get them together in this world? It still feels incredibly forced the way that they get all these random characters together, but I do like that they have a giant different group of characters because it feels kind of intentional. Minecraft is a game that is for everybody, and it's very uncommon nowadays to find a video game that it could be loved likewise by people in their late adulthood to people who are really young and childish. And so I like the fact that Minecraft being a game for everybody, they have characters that are kind of on all sides. Like Jack Black and Jason Momoa's characters are people who are in their like 50s or whatever, and then we have Emma Myers, obviously, and I don't know the actor of the younger guy, but the little boy in this movie who are on the young side. And I like the fact that when they get into the world of the game, they're kind of getting to explore a little bit, and they're learning that one of the most important things about Minecraft is to embrace creativity. And I think that they do a really great job with that with this main character, the little boy in this movie. He starts off going to this new school and being a social outcast because he's creative and he likes to do things differently than everybody else. So him getting to do that in the world of Minecraft and it really benefiting him in that world is really interesting. I like the fact that, once again, they're playing into the fact that the world of Minecraft is almost like an escapism. And I think that that's a smart decision to make for a film like this. So this kid getting to embrace his creativity and use it whenever they're fighting against random mobs and they're fighting against the overworld people that are trying to track down Jack Black's character, I think that that's fun. I think that that works really well. And for the most part, the action in this movie is very entertaining. I mean, a lot of the fun fight sequences we get to see throughout, it's interesting. I think that it's a really good time for a PG action movie. I think that the fight sequences are very entertaining. There's a sequence where they're doing like a flying, I don't even know how to call it. It's like a chase sequence, but they're flying through these like caves and stuff like that. That sequence is actually really energetic and high paced, and I really like it. I feel like that's a really cool action sequence. And there's a lot of little moments like that that I really enjoy. And I think for the most part, they do a good job of fleshing out the world of Minecraft. So I personally enjoyed this movie. I feel like it's a fun little like road trip type movie. And as far as the humor goes, it is very childish, but at the end of the day, this movie is trying to appeal to all ages, so it has some jokes that are for younger audiences, but it definitely has jokes that are for older audiences. Like, Jennifer Coolidge has an entire subplot where she's starting to fall in love with a villager, and like, there's a lot of very inappropriate jokes that Jennifer Coolidge's character adds to this movie. So overall, I think that this movie is good for people of all ages. Like, it's entertaining for me as somebody who's a young adult. I had a lot of fun with this. I think that it played into the nostalgia of Minecraft really well. I like that they used the Minecraft music in this movie a decent bit. Like, every time they stepped into the world of Minecraft, they would play that really soft, like somber music that just immediately takes you back to, you know, playing this video game with your friends as a kid. I loved it. I thought it was really great. It felt very nostalgic. There was enough heart in this movie, in my opinion. I think that the brother-sister relationship in this is fleshed out pretty decently. And once again, the main kid is learning that it's okay to be creative. And then he's able to take that into the regular worlds at the end of this movie. Jason Momoa and Jack Black have some fun banter back and forth that I really enjoy. I think that Jason Momoa also learns a good important lesson about friendship and how like it's okay to potentially need help from people. The entire last like 10-15 years he's wanted to be a loner, and he thinks that he's too cool for other people, and in this movie he's able to learn that like he's not too cool. He just kind of self-conceited, and he needs to think about others a little bit more, and that's a fun lesson to learn. So overall, I enjoy this movie. I don't think it's anything particularly crazy, but I had a really good time with it, and it is a lot of just dumb fun. And in my opinion, I feel like with an open world video game, this is about as best as I could expect this movie to come out. So overall, if I had to give this movie a score on a scale of 1 to 100, I gave it a solid 73. I think that it could have been significantly better. I feel like it could have been significantly worse. It lands right in the middle for me, and it's very entertaining. I like the fact that Jack Black got to sing a bunch of stupid songs for this, but that being said, that was pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming by and checking it out. I love and appreciate you guys so much for watching, and if you liked it, feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bow, bow, bow.